Hello everyone. In this tutorial, we are going to learn how to create blocks with attributes on a plan, specifically how to create AutoCAD title blocks for plans, and later we are going to plot the AutoCAD drawing with a specific scale. So you can see in this particular AutoCAD drawing, I've drawn an AutoCAD drawing of a condominium house design, which I inserted a title block here. This is an example of a title block which contains company name, project name, drawing title, date, scale, file name, and drawing number. Okay, so what are we going to create is a block, but not like your normal block. This block contains attributes where you can enter the company name and project name in a list. You're going to see that you'll be entering all this particular information in a form in this particular block with attributes. So the measurements are stated here. All right. So you can see this particular title block is actually meant to be plotted on an A4 paper. So you can see on A4 paper, with a scale of 1:100. All right, so let's say this is an A4 paper. Okay, so basically we are going to plot this particular drawing on an A4 paper. All right, with scale of 1:100. Okay, so more or less this is an A4 paper, and our objective is we want to print the floor plan on a scale of 1:100, just for example. So in order for me to draw the realistic A4 paper on this particular working area or the model here, is you must know the size of an A4 paper. So provided we know the size of an A4 paper, A4 paper is actually the size of an A4 paper is 297 mm times 210 mm. All right, so when we want to draw the real A4 paper in our model here, we have to kind of like times this measurement with the scale here stated here. So I'm going to times 297 with 100, so in getting 29,700, 210 times 100, which is the scale, I'll get around 21,000. So if I were to draw the A4 paper in my working area or my AutoCAD model here, the measurement is 29,700 times 21,000. So the values that I've calculated here obtained by multiplying the scale factor stated over here, which is 1:100. Alright, so I'm going to draw this A4 paper right now. Okay, so you can just click rectangle, click any point here. Alright, and type D, enter to call dimension, then type 29,700, enter, and type 21,000 as its dimension size. So this is your A4 paper size on this particular AutoCAD working area or AutoCAD model here. So whatever it is, if you want to design a title block, right, the title block must be a little bit smaller than the paper which you want to plot. As you can see, my title block is a little bit smaller than my A4 paper stated in this rectangle, outer rectangle here. So if you want to create a title block with the borders and everything, make sure that the border or the boundary of your title block is smaller than the paper itself. Alright, so I'm going to delete this for a while. So what are we going to draw right now is the title block with the measurements here. So you can see this one, the width or the length is actually 28,000. So it is smaller or less than 29,700, because in the A4 paper, right, from here to here is 29,700, and the height of this particular rectangle is 21,000. So you can see here, this is 28,000 less than 29,700. This is 19,300, which is less than 21,000. Alright, so I just reverse back what I did just now. So you can see when I go to dimension linear, right, this is 29,700, which is the size of an A4 paper, right? This is 21,000, but the boundary of my title block should be less than that. So this is 28,000, and this height of this rectangle is 19,300. Okay, so basically the title block must be smaller than the size of your paper which you want to plot onto. Alright, so we're going to draw this particular rectangle first, which is 28,000 times 19,300. So I'm going to draw it first. I'm going to click rectangle here, click any point is my starting point, and I'm going to type D, enter to call the dimension option, and I'll type 28,000, slightly smaller than 29,700. Alright, because we want to draw the title block itself, which is inside the A4 paper. So I'm going to press enter now. Then as for the width of the rectangle, the height of the rectangle is 19,300. Alright, press enter and you'll get the boundary of your title block. Okay, as you can see in this particular title block, for this particular section, right, from here to here is 4,000, and going to the right is 9,000 to locate your company name. So I'm gonna click line, click here to here, 4,000. All right, and from here to here is 9,000, and I just go down for a while to end this particular line section over here. And for the project name is 4,500. All right, 4,500. So I can also type L, enter, and click from here and enter the measurement as 4,500, and just end the line here. Okay, and take another section of a line, draw it until here. Okay, as for this particular line, I'll trace it back from here to here, and I will offset this particular line in 2000 in measurement. O, enter, press O, enter, and then I type 2000 for its measurement. Click this and click that. For this particular section, I will offset it 1000. I will type O, enter, type 1000, click here, click here. Alright, so we have already allocate all the spaces or the cells for our title block. Now we are going to label for each cell. For, like, let's say for this particular part, it is a company name field, right? So I'm going to type T, enter to create text. Click here and click here to set my text area, and I will type this one as my company name. Alright, so I'm gonna put a colon there. Okay, I'm gonna highlight all this text, right, and put the measurement 500 as its text height. Press enter now. 500. Type company name. Don't forget the colon. Click and drag to highlight the text here. Go on over here and type in the measurement of this text height. Press enter. Alright, so this is you can compare this particular size with this, right? As for this particular text, right, if I were to double click this, and this is actually 300, right? So I'm going to double click this, highlight this, and change this to 300, and the font is actually Verdana, so I'm going to type V here and choose Verdana. Alright, so if I double click this, check, this one is 300. If I double click this, this is also, we're going to set this to 300. Alright, press enter. You can also click outside here. You can click this particular button to close the text editor. So I'm going to click this, or you can also click outside. Alright, or you can also click this particular button to close the text editor. Alright, so I already got the company name stated here. Alright, so I'm going to click this just to locate the field, and I'm going to copy for all the other fields. So I'm going to type CO, enter to copy this, select this, enter, click the base point, and properly position here, here. As for this, we are going to trace another small line here. You can see the dimension from here to here is 4,000. This one is 5,000. So I'm going to offset it. O, enter, 4,000. From here to here. And then type O, enter again for 5,000. From here to here. Alright. So for this particular company name, I'm going to change it to project title. So I'm going to type project title. Alright, and for this particular part is drawing title, so I'm going to type, double click this and just change and edit it to drawing title. Alright, and for this is date, so I'm going to double click this, just type, edit it to date. Alright, I'm going to copy this because this particular cell is labeled as scale. Right, so select this, edit it, just click outside to close the text editor. And as for this is drawing number, so I'm going to copy this and copy this here, double click this, change this to drawing number. Alright, so there you go, you got all the data fields locked in the cell, properly locked in the cell. You can also arrange it, right, just to get it near to the border of the cell. Alright, I'm going to move it a little bit. Alright, like for this one is scale. There's another one for file name, right? This one, move it here. This one is for scale, but in this part here is for file name. So I'm just gonna move this, double click this, and just edit this as file. Alright, so what you need to do right now is to enter attributes on the particular inside this particular cell. Alright, so like this, for this particular part, it has a company name stated here. So this kind of elements are called attributes, which you need them in your title block, right? So whenever you enter attributes on your blocks, right, the blocks will be kind of dynamic, where you can enter the information in a form. Later you will see the efficient way of creating blocks with attributes. As for now, we are just going to create attributes according to this information, like company name, project name, drawing title, date, scale, file name, and so on, right? Okay, so I'm going to create the attribute now. You can also create attribute by typing ATT. ATT is the attribute definition, or you can also click Insert tab here and click Define Attributes button here. So you can also click this button to define an attribute, or you can just type ATT and choose Attribute Definition here. Click this, and I will type the tag as company name. Remember, if you want to type the tag name, right, make sure the tag name does not contain any space. Alright, so that's why I inserted an underscore here. Alright, so this tag name is title company name, and the prompt I'll just put company names, company's name. Alright, the default I can just leave it blank. Alright, the justification I'll put middle center, and the height I'll just put 500 to make it bigger than the text field which we have created just now. And click OK and locate it somewhere in the middle of this cell. Alright, so you can just type M enter to move it a little bit. Okay, and now we are going to do the attributes for the project name or the project title. Alright, type ATT enter for attributes. Alright, so type in the project title tag. Remember to not to include space during naming your tag. So this one is project title. Prompt, I'll just put projects title. Alright, the default, I can put any default name. Let's say it is a condominium interior design. Alright, so that is the default name for this tag. Alright, condominium interior design. So I'll make it justification middle center, and I'll stick to this 500 mm as its text height. So, and then I click OK, and I try to position this particular attribute somewhere in the middle of the cell, which you can later also you can move it accordingly, right, to the location that you feel suitable. Alright, for the drawing title, right, we also need to create an attribute for the drawing title. So type ATT enter. Alright, and we are going to type in the name of the tag. So the name of the tag is drawing title, and the prompt is drawings title. Drawings title. You can also set the default input for this drawings title tag by clicking this button here just beside this particular cell of this default. There's a button here on the right to insert a field. So I'm going to click insert field now and choose document category and choose file name. And in this case, we are just want to relate with only with the file name. So I'm just going to click file name only here. So I'm going to click OK here. Alright, OK. Alright, and then OK again. Okay, so I'm gonna try to adjust for the location. of this particular attribute. For this date, I'm going to type ATT again. Alright, click attribute and just name the tag as date. Prompt, you can put the same name again, date. And then the default, you can insert a field from this particular button here. So I'm going to choose a category which is date and time. I'm going to choose this kind of date, right? This kind of date looks kind of nice. I'm going to use this. All right, click OK. But I'm going to set my text height a little bit smaller, which is 250. All right, smaller than the previous ones. So I'm going to type 250 here. Click OK. All right, and set the date somewhere here. All right. Okay. I'm going to type in attribute again to set the attribute for scale. So I'm going to name the tag as scale. Alright, and prompt also I'm going to use the same name. Default, I will just make it blank. Alright, let it be like this, be empty like this, leave it blank, and use justification middle center. Alright, and maintain using this text height 250. Click OK, and position the scale somewhere here. Alright, you can move it a little bit if you want to using move command. Alright, so the file, this is for the file name. So I'm going to type ATT here, and I'm going to type the tag is file name, right? Tag is file name, and the prompt also is the same name, file name, but the default, right? You can click this insert field button here. Click insert field, choose document type, right, and choose file name here, file name, and then click OK. Click OK. Alright, you can put it here. As for drawing number, I can also input the attribute, type ATT, click here and type drawings number, drawing with an underscore number. Prompt is also drawings number. The default, you can just put anything, let's say A101, and I'll put justification middle center. Alright, middle center, and then I click OK. Click OK now. So you have set all your attributes already onto your title plan here, which is you are going to block it later. So our objective now is to block all of this plan title descriptions and everything here, but we are not just going to block it like a normal block. We are going to right block this particular title block. So right block is different from your normal block, because a right block can actually, you can actually save the block as a file. Alright, so you can use it whenever you want to on a fresh new document. Alright, you can insert this block on a fresh new document because you have already saved this block on a specific file. Alright, so what are we going to do right now is to enter this command, which is right block. You can enter this as W block. Type WBLOCK, enter, and right block dialog box will ask us to set our base point. So I'm going to click this to pick a point to set my base point somewhere here. Click, and I'm going to select object. So click select object, select everything here, enter. Alright, you can also name this Alright, name this and save it on a particular location. Alright, and you can also click this particular button if you want to. You can set the location of your file, the destination of your file. So let's say I'm going to save this as title block. Alright, and then I click save. Click OK. So make sure you are using millimeters. So I'm using millimeters right now because the floor plan which I've created previously is using millimeters as its units. So I'm going to use millimeters to maintain my units, and then I'm going to click OK. Alright, notice that once you right block this particular block, it will be stored on my document which I've set the destination, which is this. Alright, this is the file. So let's say I delete these two particular blocks here, and whenever I want to insert the block, right, which I've created previously, I can type I enter to insert a block. Click browse and select this particular file here, which is title block. Double click and click OK. The moment I click OK, right, something like a form will come out, right, like this. This is where we set our attributes just now. So you can see that's my drawing number default, this is my file name default, my scale. I can enter it now. I can change the drawing number to E566E, let's say, and I can put my company name here. Click OK. If you click OK, right, all the data will be input in this particular title block, right? So let us try this particular insertion title block on a fresh new document, right? So I just want to revise the particular command which I've just shown just now. If you want to insert a block which you have saved previously, you can just type I enter, alright, and browse through the blocks which you have created, or you can also go under insert tab and click insert, alright, and click more options here to insert block, right? Click browse and you can just choose any file which you have saved it as a block. Alright, so I'm gonna save this for a while. Save this and close this file. Right, close this file, and I'm gonna open up a fresh new plan, which is this file, condo design new. Alright, so I'm gonna double click this file, whereas this file does not have any title block, right? Okay, let's say this is the floor plan. This is a fresh new floor plan which I've created, and later I want to print this or plot this on an A4 paper. I don't have to recreate the block again because I already saved it previously as a title block, which is we have saved this inside the my document location here. So whenever I want to plot a particular fresh new floor plan, I can just insert the block which I have saved previously. So I'm going to click insert, click more option here to insert this block, browse, or you can also type I enter, click browse and double click this title block. Alright, okay, make sure all the scale set to 1111. This one, just accept all the default stated here, right, which is 111. This one is 0. Specify on screen. Click OK, and just arrange or locate your title block so that it is centralized. Right, locate this title block accordingly, like this. The moment you click a point to locate your title block, this particular form will come out, right, to set or to edit your attributes. So I'm going to edit this as floor plan FL drawing number FLC 5890. All right, the file name is actually stated here as default. So the scale is 1:100 because later we are going to plot this onto an A4 paper with this scale 1:100. The date will come out automatically because we have set it previously like that, and the company name we're going to set it as ISCAD. You can put any name which is associated with these drawings, right? So I'm just going to put ISCAD tutorials design as an example. All right, and click OK. All right, so you can see the title block have been inserted, okay, accordingly, along with this data information which we have inserted here. All right, okay, I'm just going to change this because when I put this particular value here, the name appeared too long, so I'm just going to click apply, click OK. So okay, now the name is really inside the cell. All right, it didn't go beyond the cell. All right, so now we are going to plot this particular floor plan with this title block. So how to plot this particular floor plan with a specific scale? Click this particular button here. All right, the main button or the home button here. Go to under print, and click plot to print. Whenever you click print and go under plot to print your particular drawing, right, this dialog manager will come out regarding this plot model here. This dialog manager, right, or the printing manager here, lets us to choose our printer. So if you're using a Canon, like my laptop here is connected with a Canon printer, so I can also choose Canon if I want to. Let's say you want to convert this particular file from DWG AutoCAD drawing into PDF document. You can also use Do PDF or AutoCAD PDF templates here. So AutoCAD has installed some default converter printers which lets us to convert or print our AutoCAD drawing into PDF document. So you can choose this particular list if you want one of the lists if you want to. Like I'm going to choose this now, DWG to PDF. Right, this is something like a virtual printer that prints my AutoCAD drawing from DWG file to PDF scan document file. So I'm going to choose this DWG to PDF virtual printer here. So I'm going to set my paper size to ISO full bleed A4 paper, but in landscape orientation. So ISO full bleed A4 297 x 210 mm. So I'm going to choose this kind of paper and fit paper off. I'm going to change the scale to 1:100. Scale 1:100 means I'm shrinking this drawing 100 times smaller. So scale 1:100 actually means we are trying to shrink this particular drawing 100 times smaller so that it is going to fit onto an A4 paper. So I already changed this. I have already changed this to 1:100. Click center the plot and choose plot area what to plot. Choose window and make a selection. When making this selection, right, try to select slightly outside from this particular title block. So I'm going to select somewhere outside here, click here and click here to cover the area, right? So you can click preview right now just to preview and click continue just to preview this particular drawing before you hit print or plot. So if you see that this screen preview is showing perfectly, all right, you are happy with this, you're satisfied with the preview here, go ahead and click plot button here Alright, and AutoCAD will actually name this automatically and click save. Alright, so we're going to save this as PDF document. So you can see that AutoCAD has already generated my AutoCAD drawing into a PDF document here. Alright, so I can close this for a while and I can go back to my computer and go to my document, and you can see this file is already generated by AutoCAD. So this is a PDF, something like a scanned document, but originated by the DWG AutoCAD drawing, right? So double click this, you can see this is the PDF file created by this particular AutoCAD drawing. So I hope this particular tutorial will benefit you, all of you, in understanding how to create blocks with attributes on a plan. And specifically for this particular tutorial, it teaches us how to create AutoCAD title blocks for plans and plot with a specific scale. Thank you for watching.